Elite Facts presents
15 people who look like cartoon characters. Cartoons have been a mainstay of every kid's weekend morning since the earliest days of moving pictures. But it's not every day that these cartoon characters are spotted in the real world. The idea of these characters coming to life, what with their drastic over-exaggerated designs, seems a little insane. Seeing someone who resembles Elsa or Cinderella, which are both fairly realistic in their designs, would still make you do a double take. So we've come up with a list of 15 cartoon characters that have been spotted in real life. The resemblance can be in the clothing, the characters' faces, or something else. So, hey, next time you're walking around, be on the lookout, because you might be lucky enough to see your favorite cartoon character come to life.
15.
Elsa from the hit Disney film Frozen. Let's start with an example we just mentioned in our introduction. We're willing to bet that this girl wasn't expecting to run into a cardboard cutout of herself while shopping at Best Buy. Well, surprise, surprise, not only did she find a cardboard cutout of herself, but as it turns out, she apparently also starred in one of Disney's biggest films in recent memory, Frozen. Oh, wait, she isn't Elsa. Well, maybe she should sue, or at least try and get some royalties out of it.
14.
Granny from Looney Tunes. Well, the resemblance is absolutely uncanny here. When you compare her hair, her chin, and even the outfit of the two, there's no doubt that she is the spitting image of Granny from the Looney Tunes cartoons. If you ever run into her, tell her to get rid of that damn annoying bird.
13.
Carl Fredricksen from Up. If you haven't seen the movie Up, and we're going to say this about pretty much every Disney Pixar film on this list, then you're doing yourself a disservice. This film is nothing short of fantastic. If you were to look up emotional roller coaster in a dictionary, a picture of Up would be there, next to a picture of Inside Out. Now, considering how exaggerated the design of Carl Fredricksen is, you'd think it would be impossible to find anyone who looks like him, right? Wrong. This guy here looks identical to Carl in terms of his facial features. If you ever see this man in public, give him a hug. Tell him we're sorry about Ellie.
12.
Russell from Up. While we're on the subject of the movie Up, we can't forget Carl's little sidekick, Russell. Now, this kid obviously knows that he looks like Russell from Up. So what does he do? Well, the only logical thing. He dresses up like the character. The resemblance is uncanny, though.
11.
Alfredo Linguini from Ratatouille. Next up, we have one of the best chefs in Paris, Alfredo Linguini from Ratatouille. As it turns out, even he has his own look-alike in the real world. We can see that everything, including the hair, face, and skin, looks exactly the same. And this real-life guy won't have to look any further than his own mirror to find a Halloween costume this year.
10.
Boo from Monsters, Inc. animation. Let's cut right to the chase. This kid is pretty much identical to Boo from Monsters, Inc. From the styling of her hair to the attire she's wearing, she is the spitting image of that character. The resemblance is uncanny.
9.
Edna Mode. If you've seen The Incredibles, and if you haven't, well, watch it. It's one of Pixar's best films. You'll obviously recall the memorable character of Edna Mode. Just the accent alone is so memorable, but did you know that Edna Mode was actually based on the real-life costume designer Edith Head? But she's not the look-alike we're featuring here. We just thought we'd drop that little trivia tidbit for the fun of it. No, the Edna on screen looks more like this person. Everything about her look is almost identical to that of Edna.
8.
Batman. Is this cheating? You know what? We don't care. This is awesome and adorable at the same time. We suppose we should really call him Catman instead of Batman for obvious reasons. The difference is not really visible, and this cat looks exactly like your favorite comic book and cartoon character, Batman. We're not sure how the owners noticed the resemblance. Was it from the position the cat was in, or the assumption that the cat is meant to save the world from villains? The world may never know.
7.
Johnny Bravo, the muscle guy. Sure, a lot of guys who spend a significant amount of time at the gym can have the potential to look like the cartoon hunk Johnny Bravo, but this muscle guy clearly takes the cake. Or should we say, takes the protein shake. No? Okay, moving on. The blonde hair, the muscles, and forget his outfit, it all comes together to look like Johnny Bravo. The only question that remains is, does he also talk like an Elvis Presley wannabe?
6.
Eric Cartman from South Park. Okay, this kid knew exactly what he was doing. Let's be honest, if you bared some sort of resemblance to Eric Cartman, you'd either hide in shame or go all out and buy clothes that resemble what the character wears in the show. We can't help but wonder if a conversation with this kid is like having a conversation with the actual Cartman. I mean, does this kid swear like a sailor too?
5,
Peter Griffin from Family Guy. The resemblance may not be 100%, but you've got to admit that there's a very close resemblance here. The guy has the same glasses as Peter Griffin, and he even has the iconic butt chin to round off his overall look. Hopefully he's not as stupid as Peter Griffin, because it looks as though he's in a fairly high-up position in whatever company he's a part of.
4,
Selma and Patty Bouvier from The Simpsons. It wouldn't be a list of cartoon lookalikes if we didn't throw in one or two Simpsons characters. Take these two ladies, for example. They bear a striking resemblance to Selma and Patty Bouvier. Now, sure, they don't look identical, but you've got to admit that they bear a striking resemblance to the cartoon duo. They both look grumpy, they're both wearing identical clothing, and they even have a similar style of smoking to the cartoon sisters. In all fairness, though, if you were to find twins with yellow skin and light blue hair, odds are you're in the middle of an acid trip.
3,
Master Shifu versus Grumpy Cat. Okay, this one may be considered another cheat since we're referring to an animal look-alike again, but how can you not see the resemblance between these two? You can't help but laugh at the resemblance here. Both Grumpy Cat and Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda exhibit similar facial expressions, as well as the color of their furry faces, which makes the resemblance even funnier.
2,
Walter White looks a lot like Ned Flanders. Okay, this one is a bit of a stretch to include here since it's actually a case where a fictional character looks like a cartoon character, but there's no denying the uncanny resemblance between the two. This comes from the first season of Breaking Bad, where Walter White had a full head of hair and a mustache. Add in the glasses he wears and the fact that he wears sweaters fairly regularly throughout the series, and there you have it, the live-action version of Ned Flanders. Oakley dokley, now if we could just see a Simpsons spin-off where Ned Flanders starts cooking crystal meth, we could die happy.
1,
Moana. What's that? You're wondering who was behind the voice of Moana? Well, the girl in this picture not only provided the voice of Moana, she also looks just like the character. The resemblance is absolutely crazy, but it's not uncommon for companies to base the appearance of a character directly off the person who's voicing it. Still, though, it's pretty strange and interesting to actually see it.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.